Man, this is some cold news, man. Malcolm-Jamal Warner passed away, man. I'm like, what, man? I'm like, what? I just can't believe it. See, the thing is, I'm a millennial that was born in the 80s, so I'm closer to like Generation X than I am millennial, but I'm right on the border, and I'm just like, man, that's crazy, man. You see, I believe just last week, a member from a group called City High passed away. I remember seeing the intervention of this gentleman. He had some demons he was battling, um, with alcoholism, and when he passed away, it was kind of like, dang, man, that's the last I kind of heard of that guy. But all of us kind of remember that song. It was a huge song that he made, but it just tripped me out. I got to reminiscing about my life and thinking to myself, like, man, life is short. I would say lately I just really been reflecting on mortality, right? Like the mortality of life. The very fact that things like this can happen. From what I understand, it was an accidental drowning, and he left behind a wife and a daughter. In fact, his last post, he had a rose in his ear. I mean, not a rose, a flower in his ear, because he was talking about his daughter's birthday. And man, it's a little heartbreaking, man. You feel like you lost a cousin or a family member damn near, because you remember, whether it's the late 80s or the early 90s, you remember watching the Cosby Show or reruns of the Cosby Show, and kind of like, wow, there's something on television that doesn't portray a stereotype. Theo's actually a representation of what the average African American is like, or somebody that's privileged that's African American. That was something that we didn't see before then, you know what I mean? And if there was, maybe I stand corrected, but the Cosby Show, specifically, Theo, Denise, all of the other cast members, they kind of played a role. If you were just cut on the television, that's all you had. You got to think, this is before the internet became popular. So all you had was television, and it's just like, wow, man. Wow. Yeah, that's it. His life is over just like that. His life is over just like that. I guess the point of this video is to say, man, live your life, man. Cherish your life. I've been thinking about mortality a lot. Not on some Tupac stuff where I'm manifesting it, but I'm just kind of like, I'm just thankful for each day that I get up, because I realize I'm not young anymore. I look back and I saw a friend of mine that I haven't spoke to since I was 25 years young. I'm not saying that was 20 years ago, but it was a while back. Right? A long time ago. And I saw the guy, I was working, and I thought to myself, man, that can't be him. But I saw the mannerisms, the tics, this little things that I'm like, yeah, that's him. But I wasn't sure because it didn't look like he was doing so great, just being judgmental. And I was just like, man, it's been so long. It's been so long that I ain't see this guy. I felt like a straight up sucker, man. I'm not gonna lie. I felt like a sucker because I was like, man, I wanted to say something. But some things are just better off left in the past, man. They had, it's like food, right? Like everything has its expiration date. That's how some relationships are, right? But I saw that news today and that bothered me, man. I was like, dude, man. Not this guy, you know what I'm saying? Not this guy. Not Malcolm-Jamal Warner. This was a guy we saw go from a child pretty much to a grown middle-aged man. It's like, what? I just feel like time is slipping away. Times are, if you can, try to take care of your health, man. Trying, with busy working. But I just reflect on that, man. I'm like, rest in peace, man. Condolences to his family and fans of his, man. He had fans. Cosby Show was huge, right? Like, there were a variety of shows for your average white family, right? But at that time, this was a show about a black family actually being successful, not no stereotype. You had good times, right? But this was not the blacks being caricatures of themselves. This were blacks that were part of the bourgeoisie, uppity crowd. It gave blacks some kind of hope about living a better life, right? Despite being in the situation that we've been in, this was a TV show that reflected blacks in a life that we, even if we didn't see it reflected in our everyday lives, this was something that was just like, wow, this was aspiration. Like, man, dude, I could actually be a doctor. I could actually be a lawyer. I could, raise some kids one day to be something I would be proud of. And it's like, dang, man. You see that? And you think to yourself, man, life is short, man. Life is just too dang on short, man. It's just too daggone short, man. I feel like time is slipping away from me, man. I'm getting up there, man. I'm like, I gotta switch it up, man. I gotta think, man. Live life. This is all a journey, man. We all got to get to that same destination, but man. Oh yeah, that's the one that bothered me. Young Noble. I was like, man, it seems like death comes in threes, right? Young Noble passed away. That was a few weeks back. Then the City High, and then Malcolm-Jamal Warner. I'm a West Coast guy. I'm familiar with the Outlawz. I'm familiar with Young Noble. And this guy wasn't that much older than me, And it's like, what? What, man? This is crazy, man. Like listening to Baby Don't Cry, and I'm like, man. But when a person's here, it's like, that person probably doesn't even know. They don't even know how much or significance or how much importance they have in that everyday life. But when they pass away, you start to reflect like, dang, man, that's the way it is, man. That's the way it is, man. Yeah, man. Rest in peace to Malcolm-Jamal Warner, man. This is sad. Rest in peace to Young Noble, and rest in peace to the gentleman who passed away from City High, man. From the group City High. Yeah, man.